This game is called Gloria Victis. It's amazing. I just got the game for $10. This is alpha access. And it looks like a finished game to me, except for a few missing icons, a few tiny things, a few tiny glitches, a few tiny bugs. It seems like it's in beta, almost launch. There are so few bugs, from what I've seen. Look at this thunderstorm going on. This is awesome. The reason I didn't play this, or want to play this game a year or two ago, is because they said it was exclusively first person like this. And they have since changed their mind, and you can play, obviously, third person if you want to. Now, this game is amazing. The graphics are awesome. Now, you might say, oh, that doesn't look too realistic, but it is. This is the first time I've seen a rainstorm. This is brand new to me. It isn't usually this foggy. Weather changes. It could be bright as day with the sun glinting through the trees in this very same spot the next day. The weather alone is very realistic. Now, let me show you combat. I am level 15. This guy's level 9, so I'll kick his butt. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I killed him in 2 hits. That was a little bit too easy, but when I take on a guy level 20, I can take him on easy too, but 2 level 20 guys ganging up on me is not as easy. Here's blocking. There's actually skill involved. And I got a recipe. Let's see what this recipe is. A brigand's hammer. You double click on it, and then you know that recipe forever. Here's one. Wool processing. This game forces you to craft, but the crafting is very simple. You just click on the crafting thing, you look, and I don't believe it's very complicated. You can craft anywhere. I don't need to be next to a crafting station. If I have the materials, I just click create. At the beginning they made me make my own axe, and it's a good axe. So here we have some, I'll just kill one of them. It's a scavenger. Level 16. They're kind of tough. They force you to craft if you want to make good armor and good weapons, which is a cool thing, because a lot of games have really cool crafting and no one ever uses it. They just let someone else make it for them, and maybe that will happen in this game eventually, but right now you gotta make it yourself. But it's simple enough where you can do it, you can figure it out. But this game is really cool. It's my favorite game right now, no joke. The way you move determines what type of attack you use. So I still need to get used to the controls. But Gloria Victis, check it out. It's in alpha right now, probably close to beta. It's open alpha, open access. It only cost me $10 for this game. $10. This is literally the best $10 I've ever spent on an MMORPG in the past many years. There is a player right there. It's an actual player. So I'm a Viking. I started with the Viking choice. Oh, that guy is scared. He's running his butt off. I wonder if I can loot him if he gets killed. All I know is you can't attack your own people. As far as I know. That guy almost died. He has cloth armor. That's funny. I've only been playing for a couple minutes. And, I mean, not a couple minutes. I've been playing for... This is day 2. I played for a couple hours yesterday. This guy's obviously fighting outside of his comfort zone. He should go back to newbie killing farmers. There are definitely level 1 farmers at the beginning town, and it's easy to level up. You kill a bunch of beginning farmers, or they're enemy farmers, and then you progress into this area, which is a little in between newbie land. I want to get that shield. That guy has a cool blue shield. I bet you can get anything you can see. What was that? A barley barrel. Okay, I'm guessing it's to make beer or something like that. All foods are bonus items that help you out. Like that mushroom is plus 11 health regeneration. And I think I can level up. I have 3 points. I can level up. I need more dexterity. So I'm level 16. Cool. So every time you level up, you get points. And the game's not perfect. And this isn't the best example of the game, but it's very realistic. I should have filmed the sunset and the dawn and dusk. It's just amazing looking. Right now it's kind of dingy just because it just rained. But this is my new favorite game. For PvP, perhaps. I haven't graduated into the PvP yet. This is a PvP-oriented game. But obviously there's tons of PvE. The PvE is this area. This is pretty much newbie area as far as I know, but I could be wrong. Perhaps if an enemy got this far, he could kill me. But this is so close to newbie land that it would probably take a character a while to get here. Now these guys could kill me if they all ganged up on me. But they're too scared of me. See, you can miss. You can easily miss. So there is skill involved. It's a realistic game. The description is it is extremely realistic. Low fantasy. So what fantasy that does exist is very low. So you're not going to expect to see, wow, this guy is totally ignoring me. I've missed every single attack. Oh, man. I wish they had on them what they have. I want that armor and that sword, but okay. Now that guy just took out a guy with a bow and arrow. Nice job. But I will show some other shots later of the different landscapes. This game is extremely realistic. The opening is very much like Guild Wars 2, where you see a battle taking place and you help the NPCs kill more NPCs. These are just the beginning wimpy areas. It's similar to Guild Wars 2 in the fact that there's eventually, you graduate up to an area where there's a tiny PvP area. This game isn't like that. The second, you leave town, the second you leave the newbie area, there is no graduation up to level 100, and maybe there's a tiny little fighting arena eventually with PvP. It's not like that. Everywhere is PvP. The second you leave the newbie area. And I think I'm actually out of the newbie area right now. And so, I'm a Viking. My race... Let me kill this guy real quick. My race is Izmir. Izmir is clearly a Viking, Scandinavian type race. And my enemy, I believe they're British. Something like that. They definitely look British. So that's where the low fantasy comes. That's where the low fantasy comes into play. Izmir isn't a race. And my enemies are not called British, but they look British. And I had the choice between two starting factions. Izmir or my enemy, which are called... I think they're called Mid or something. Can't remember. These guys are not the extreme enemy. These guys are just random brigands. Like the Viking faction that I'm a part of have obviously ransacked a lot of towns. And these are probably the remnants of those towns that we ransacked. Uh-oh. I'm actually getting close to death here. You can see my heart beating. Stamina actually plays a purpose in this game. Oh, here we go. Here's the sunrise. Oh, look at that. Look at that. See, I don't need to wait for a sunrise. It doesn't always rain in this area. It can be nice and non-rainy for a long time. Look how beautiful that is. That is amazing. Well, this guy's asking to die by bow and arrow, perhaps. So let's show you what bow and arrow looks like. See, it requires skill. Uh-oh. Whoa, I actually killed him. I'm used to missing a bunch of times. Wow. I'm a lot better with axe and shield. But bow and arrow is very realistic. And that crosshairs only appears with bow and arrow. And as you can see, the crosshairs is right there. You can switch to the regular mouse mode if you want. I prefer the regular mouse, but with attacking, you're pretty much forced to attack like this. But it's just a tiny dot. It's not a huge crosshairs. It's a tiny dot, and it's not obstructive. It's not obtrusive. I wouldn't mind if it actually disappeared, but it does help you aim. See, I'm not even that good. I just happen to have a much more powerful weapon and way better armor. I need to eventually actually learn how to fight properly, because I almost purposely mess up. Now let's try 2-on-1. I might die. There's always a bold guy that's always better than the other one. When you attack them on the head like that, it's sometimes a killing blow. But it's hard to control it. There's different ways to attack. I need to get used to it. Alright, you can actually go behind him and stab him in the back. And if you stab him in the back, it's a lot more damage. So there's a lot of skill involved. Gloria Victis. It's an alpha right now. Check it out. $10 is the lowest tier. It's the tier I got because I wasn't sure if there were North American servers. I looked on their forums and I saw a British flag. And perhaps it's made overseas, but they do have a North American server, and my ping is usually, well, 50 frames per second is pretty average. And I don't know exactly the ping, but I haven't lagged once. The only time I've lagged for a few seconds was when I hit the server boundary, the invisible server boundary. So this is an open world. There are no loading screens, as far as I've seen so far. I suppose if there is a loading screen, it would be in this tournament. So there's a death tournament that anyone can join, and I haven't done it yet. Uh-oh. Here comes the death tournament. Well, this is new to me. I have not been in the death tournament. I might get my butt kicked. So let's level up my dexterity before we... Okay, I didn't know that that's the button. I thought this was the button. So here we go to the death tournament. This is brand new to me. Even the artwork in between the loading screens, you do see loading screens when you die. That's the only loading screen I've seen is when I die. So apparently I'm in a... Apparently I am in some type of a... Oh, okay, this is some type of a depot. I'm not going to deposit anything. Maybe this is to help your friends out if they need a weapon. No, I don't need any of that. Just curious what that... See, that was perhaps a server boundary zone right there. But this is the first time I've been in this frozen sea map. I don't know what's going on. This is alpha. There might not be too many people online. There is a world chat. What I thought was interesting is you can talk to people that are on different servers. In the world chat, you can talk to the Europeans. I've never seen a game where the European server can talk with the North American server. That's a pretty cool, tiny little feature. So I don't know what's going to happen. There is a player. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of nervous. These guys might have grinded for a month, and I've only played for 1 day. This is my second day. Crap, this guy's totally going to kick my butt. Whoa, I killed him! No way! Oh my goodness, I killed my first guy on my first try. Dude, that guy is wearing like full plate almost, man. Look at his armor. Dang, I'm not bad. I'm better than I thought, man. That guy was too scared of me. That guy's like, hey, man.
Yeah. 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 Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
There's the death screen. So he took me out, but I was half health when he started attacking me. So that dude's a cheater. But that was fun. Wow, my first PvP experience, I kicked butt. I'm better than I thought I am. Okay, this game's brand new to me. I just bought it and downloaded it yesterday. This is my first Gloria Victis Let's Play. Okay, looks like I can possibly leave at any time. Okay, you know, I'm gonna go back. Perhaps vengeance on that guy next time. But, you know, I won one, I lost one, but the second one was a cheater. I totally could have kicked that guy's butt. But you can see what the enemies look like. They're dressed a little bit differently. They have different stuff, but perhaps you can kill, in this tournament area, your own faction. But I believe on the main map, you cannot attack your own faction. There are 4 factions on the loading, on the, there are 4 factions on the screen when you create a character, but only 2 were clickable. So I assume the other 2 are coming later. So, as I said, this game is sort of like Guild Wars 2 in the fact that there are different factions that fight, but the difference is it's PvP oriented, whereas Guild Wars 2 is PvE oriented. This game has tons of player versus environment, tons of player versus NPC, but the main goal of building up your character is to fight against the enemy player factions and actually PvP. There is loot, but I don't know if it's full loot. I doubt it. I bet it's perhaps semi-loot. I know looting does exist, but that was heck of fun, man. Okay, there's a bug where you can't attack unless you take your weapon off and put it back on. That happens after death.
Yeah.
So that's a tiny bug. It's not a big deal. I'll be happy to submit that and report that to them. But Gloria Victis, check it out. Amazing game. Extremely amazing. Let's get on top of this tower for one shot, for the final closing shot. But this game is phenomenal. It blew my expectations away by a million. I am not exaggerating. I'm not paid in any way, shape, or form to advertise this game. I recommend you check it out. There's a fog area, but this fog makes the game even look more realistic, to be honest. It probably helps with loading. Makes the game look more realistic. Now, trust me, this game is extremely awesome graphics. Very realistic. Let's see if I can attack this guy. I might be a little bit too far away. Well, you know what? It's actually best for me to just switch to axe and kick his butt with an axe. Oh my gosh. Okay, now that's something I would ask them to make this dude fall to his death instead of just float there. It would have been a lot cooler if he fell down. But I understand that's probably pretty tough to create that. Now, one cool thing about the game is you don't need... See, I thought this was something you could mine, but it's not. Because there are so many things you can mine in this game. Crafting is easy to get the elements. Is this something? No, it's not. There are so many things you can craft with that I wasn't sure if it was granite or what.
Yeah.
Well, this guy's tougher than most of them. He has a piece of metal, probably for armor making. So I just wanted to show up something you can harvest. They're so common that I'll run into something. Let me find something you can harvest. Just real quick. You can harvest different types of trees, different types of rock, all kinds of things. Just kill this guy real quick. Man, he's pretty tough, but he had a cool box. You double click that box, you get a random item. Raw boar hide. Okay, I already learned that. This game is phenomenal. I'm trying to find something you can harvest. I was in town actually harvesting flax seeds so I can, or flax, not seeds, but flax, so I could make clothing. And it is probably a semi-lengthy process, but this guy's why is he so tough? I mean, even a level 1 character, I guess depending upon their random luck and chance and skill, they can kick your butt. So these are all going to be guys on my side, I believe. See, I can't attack him. He's on my side. So I purposely bought a sickle so I could harvest a lot faster. So you can harvest anything and everything. But depending upon what you're holding, depends on the speed of the harvesting. If you're holding a sickle and you are gathering flax, it takes just a few seconds. 3 seconds to be exact. And I already got that. But this game is phenomenal. This is a city or a town that we raided. My side obviously raided because there's not a single shopkeeper in town. The reason there's not a single shopkeeper is because it's not our town. We raided it. Now sometimes these boxes can be opened up, but many times they cannot, which is cool because it gives you a desire to look around. So here's some barley. You can make beer, and that beer will be a bonus item, give you plus health regeneration or plus stamina regeneration. And like Guild Wars 2, there are daily bonuses. Now these NPC starting areas and the daily bonuses, I'm not too big on them, but I don't dislike them. They do give you these cool plus experience cards, like crafting chance plus 15%, experience plus 65%. So getting to the maximum level probably is not that difficult. But building your own armor, weapons, jewelry, and becoming skilled at PvP, that is something you need to learn on your own. So it's less level-oriented and more skill-oriented. So there's all kinds of weird things you can gather. You can gather clay, all kinds of different rocks. Let's see if we can get back to my starting town. I only have so much stamina, so it's going to take a while. But it won't take that long. I need to get more bags because the bags fill up really fast. Okay, I confused that guy with my other town. Okay, we're on our way. The other town is not too far away. They're connected. I want to get a hood over my... you can see there are different slots. I want to get like a cloth hood or something. And there's jewelry slots and a belt slot. And the more coverings, the cooler you look. Like those guys that were in the arena, looks like they spent a lot of time on clothes customization and less time on actual PvP experience. So if you're not a PvP expert, don't worry about it, because it looks like no one else is either. The game is very fun, and that tiny PvP arena is not the end-all be-all of PvP. the actual PvP zones. And this is a cool little gypsy's little place. Too bad none of this stuff is really interactive, but this game is still an alpha. But this little tiny place with this tiny little lady, Alfred the Knowing, this is more Ultima than any gypsy in any character in Shroud of the Avatar. No offense, but this tiny room with this gypsy, with this sorceress, whatever she is more Ultima and cooler, and this chest with stuff inside of it is cooler than anything in Shroud of the Avatar. I'm sorry, but if you want Shroud of the Avatar to be even remotely Ultima-esque, have a cool little room like that. In my opinion, this is what I imagined Ultima Online 2 should look like. Ultima Online was always a realistic medieval fantasy game. Now this is a super realistic fantasy game, but it's what I imagined a 3D version of Ultima Online would look like. I always imagined it would look this realistic. I'm a huge fan of realistic European-style MMORPGs. This is a purely, truly pure, actual MMORPG, a massively multiplayer online role-playing game. It's not small, it's a huge map, so huge I haven't even barely scratched the surface on how big it is. Now, with 0 stamina, here I go to attack 2 of these English-looking guys. This is what my enemy looks like. They're definitely dressed in British-looking garments. I have no stamina, so I can barely do anything. It would be embarrassing if I died. Okay. And they're running in place because this is still an alpha, but these are NPCs that spawn forever. This is the aspect I'm talking about, which mirrors games such as Guild Wars 2, Warhammer Online, Star Wars The Old Republic. It's a generic setup that you see in many games. There's nothing wrong with it. The amazing feature is the PvP. Actually, the crafting, a lot of things. Okay, let me just show this one thing I can mine. It's worth a decent amount of copper. I don't need a pickaxe. I'm just using my axe to get this. But if I were holding a pickaxe, it would only take 3 seconds. But holding an axe, it didn't take that many seconds. Not that many at all. So I'm going to go into town and sell some junk. And then I'm going to log out. This is what a Viking town looks like. It's guarded by tough Viking guards. And looks pretty realistic. I thought the funny thing is I can loot my own town. There's a chest that spawns in my own town, and you don't get any negative karma or anything. You can freely loot your own town, no one cares. That's the Viking spirit. Speaking of Viking spirit, I'm related to Ragnar Lodbrok Sigurdsson. The famous Ragnar Lodbrok Sigurdsson. King of Sweden, King of Denmark. And this NPC's character is named Ragnar the Weaponsmith. I thought that was cool. So let's see. I already learned that, so I don't need it. But you can sell stuff faster by holding down Control and then left click. I already learned that. I don't need barley. I don't need wheat. I really just needed the flax. I don't need straw. I don't need a barley barrel. No thanks. I want to test. Okay, that's a simple 61 damage. I've seen ones that are 80 damage. I should have held on to that 80 damage one. But I don't need these things. Now, as far as gems, I'm going to hold on to gems. I don't know how rare they are. This is Amber. It's plus 11 health regeneration, plus 11 stamina regeneration. Already learned that. I already have a torch. See, this limonite that took me a few seconds to mine is worth 20 copper. Not bad. And similar to Guild Wars, the units of currency, it goes copper, perhaps that's brass, I'm not sure, and then silver, and then gold. And it just builds up just like Guild Wars does, automatically. So I'm going to hold on to these resources and try to craft something eventually. And I need to buy some more bags. But I have 1 silver and 57 brass, perhaps? It doesn't say the name of it. Level 16. This game is phenomenal. I wish I could show my character what he looks like, but I don't know how to actually turn and show him. But all the characters, choosable, they kind of look Russian. They kind of look Russian. There's a big statue up here. But this game is amazing. I'm over the top happy about this game. This game is worth a lot more than $10. I don't know how long the alpha lasts. I don't know what my access has. But even if they wipe this character, I had a lot of fun in the past 2 days I've been playing. Phenomenal game, Gloria Victis. Check it out. This has been John Rasmus with Rasmus Gaming. Be seeing you.